Shalom, shalom. First off, we give all praise to the Most High Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Kakadash. Peace, salutations to all the Aki. I'm out here pushing this truth. I'm going to get right into this. It's going to be short, but I want to touch on this right here. Everybody see what's going on with Elon Tusk. Y'all can see the screen saying that because I don't deem the platforms, right? And he's asking, this is his post, right? He said, America's the new Rome, then who is Caesar? Right? Now, I don't necessarily have time, but look, like, we can't just deliver the spirit unto people, right? Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah got to give you the spirit of understanding, teaching, seeing with your spiritual eyes. And that don't mean nothing about manifesting and burning sages and stuff, okay? I'm going to just say this quickly, but if you look up, or if you know how, if you will, go to museums, etc., etc. If you look back at ancient Rome and Greece, same place, same people, right? They the same people. So-called President Trump looks just like Julius Caesar, right? And the Russian president, Putin, he looked just like Alexander the Great. They're the same people. People forget this. Remember, in the end times, he's going to set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? Esau in the end times, this is another reason how you know it's them, they gonna try to out-wicked each other in the end. They all fighting over land and gold and natural resources and stuff that don't belong to neither one of them. It all belongs to us. It all belongs to the Israelites. So these prophecies are coming into fold. So it says, well, then who is Caesar? It says America is new Rome. Yeah, America is Rome revitalized. All of us are revitalized right now. All of us. They can't teach you this in church. Just like back in the book of Maccabees. They can't teach you this, right? So here's why this is important, right? So I'm glad Elon Tusk came out and stated this. And people just don't believe it. They don't even believe that that potato chip is coming. It's coming. It's already here, actually. So we're going to get into that, right? So let me just show people, just for the sake of it, right? If all can see that, like that's you notice how it looked like the quarter or the denarian, the dollar, etc. Right? Another thing, if you paid attention to what I said about President Trump, like that don't look like him. And look at the year, right? Caesar, 46 to 44. Now what number president is he? Anyway, nevertheless, I thought he was 45 and 47. Anyway, nevertheless, right? So I want to get into that, something that Elon Tusk is talking about.
As Roman soldiers fought for the Republic,
remember, they are Rome.
Publius codified its leading ideas. This legal system set a remarkable precedent for republics of the future. 2,000 years later, when the founding fathers of the United States needed to defend their constitution, they too wrote under the name of Publius.
Rome, Edomites.
I think the American Revolution was an exciting period for the founding fathers. They were excited by the opportunity to match their ancient heroes' struggles against tyranny,
Putin,
in a sense,
to
rival the noble deeds they had spent their youth reading about.
Now, why is this important? Okay, because here's where I'm going. This just happened last night, okay? Right? So this is also, we got to travel to gain knowledge. If you know anybody or anyone over in those different territories, Moscow, etc., ask them. They're going to let you know. Right? So Russia came out and told all its citizens, yo, get y'all bag together, like urgent. You know how like we hear the little sirens going off for a tornado or a heavy storm? They told them, get y'all one bag together. And survival food, water. That's it. Russia has bunkers all over their country. It's not like the United States. You got to go to Nebraska and you got to go here and you got to go to Nevada and parts of Colorado and then North Carolina. It's not like that. They're everywhere for their citizens. Everywhere. They got food stacked up from 40 to 75 years, they stated. Right? They even accounted for reproduction. Because, you know, it's not Babylon. They don't say a man and a man and a woman and a woman. Because they know that, I mean, you down there in them bunkers, if you are, it ain't gonna be, but if you down there in them bunkers 40, 50 years, they know people gonna hook up. They know nature gonna take its course. A man gonna run into a woman, man, we've been locked down here for 2 or 3 years, and something gonna happen. So that in each one of the shelters, they have food, water, irrigation, sanitation. They have all that stuff for at a minimum of 75 years. They have thousands of bunkers. From the last time I checked, they had over 2,300, and they're huge. Some are the size of cities. Okay? So I'm saying that to say this. They would not come out and tell their citizens to get their bags ready, and within sometime this coming week, I ain't saying it's going to happen. They're like, yo, y'all, be ready at moment's notice to get ready to go into the bunker near you. Yeah, that's coming. Now, why is that important? This is why this is important, why I'm saying all this. I want y'all to understand that America is Rome, the denarian, the dollar, right? This is why this is important. Putin made this announcement, right? A few hours after President Trump said this. Right? He threatened, right? So remember the BRICS nation, right? I believe it's Brazil. Well, look, it's right there. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and then South Africa. Well, if you've been on this, if we've been paying attention, it used to just be BRIC. It wasn't BRICS. It wasn't plural because the S is for South Africa. Here's what that means. Trump is going to, threaten 100% tariff. Now, 100% tariff on BRICS. He's saying if they abandon the dollar, they've already abandoned the dollar. This is where Elon Tusk and all this stuff come in, even with your crypto and all that. That's where that's where it's going. It's already there, right? So what does that mean? Let me put it in layman's terms. Y'all go to work, everybody get paid, and don't they tax and take some of your money? Yes. Man, I got paid $1,000 and I only got $732.89. Imagine them taking your whole check. That's 100% tax tariff, right? As a matter of fact, let's just get further into that because I know most people don't know what it means, so I'll do the work for you, right? It's real simple, right? It's a tax, a duty to be paid. This goes back to Greece and Rome, back to Julius Caesar and Alexander the Great, right? This goes back to that. I'm going to get back into this. This goes back to that, right? I'm going to read a little bit of that, right? The idea that the BRICS countries are trying to move away from the dollar while we stand by and watch is over. So they're going to go to war behind it, just like they did in ancient Rome. The dollar, well, their coin, their denarius and all that, etc., it fell back then. So like the dollar, it's already fell, right? BlackRock has already dished all of their cash already. They already into different stuff, XRPs and and Ethereum and stuff like that. It's a wrap. So if BlackRock moving that way, you know what's happening. They own all the land here in the United States. Trump saying, look, no, we're going to war, right? That's what's going on. That's why it's important when we understand that Babylon is Rome, etc. So when we see all this happening on a prophecy standpoint, then we could also look and say, well, wait, the Most High did say the Hebrew people would also be in slavery up under them when this happened, which we already are. So that's another cut right there, right? So he says, we require a commitment from these countries that they will neither create a new BRICS currency that's already created. They already got it, right? Nor back any other currency to replace the mighty US dollar, or they will face 100% tariff. They're going to go to war. He's saying we ain't going to sit back and stand back and watch. Here's why that's important, okay? So when the dollar crashes, right, we get into the prophecy, right? Let's get into Revelation 6. I've covered this many times. This is where we are. When the dollar crashes, right here, Revelation 6, we go 6 and 6. I'll get right to it, right? When the so-called dollar crashes, everything is going to be digital. Your dollar won't be worth anything, meaning you have to be almost I don't even know what's after trillionaire. I don't even know what that is in order to get you a plate of food almost, right? So This was a prophecy that the Lord Yahushua gave us that was going to happen here in the end times. This is what you're seeing about to happen. This might happen first half of 2025. Like, personally, I think it's going to happen before Trump even get inaugurated. Because that's where the prophecy's going. Like it's going to be over and done. You're going to wake up from, one weekend morning, right? And Monday, boom, the stocks, everything just done, crashed, over. Right? Now, I ain't telling people, oh, go get into crypto, etc. And I don't care about all that. But that's where it's going. It's already there. Right? So, I'm going to read through this because I've done this breakdown plenty of times. I think it's pinned. If it's on my IG page, it's pinned somewhere. If it's on Rumble or YouTube somewhere, you have to search for it. Look, Revelation 6:6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see, thou hurt not the oil and the wine. The oil and the wine is the Israelites, right? It goes back to Matthew 25, right? The 10 virgins, right? It's Israelites only. It ain't Christianity. It ain't people who think, oh, I can read the Bible. No, it's the Israelites only. Those of us who got the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what it is. He's saying, look, this is what's going to happen. But during this time, he promised the elect, the Israelites, we're going to be taken care of. So when everybody else, money crash, car crash, when all this stuff happened, the mortgage system crash is going to happen in the snap of a finger. The Israelites going to be taken care of because we understand these scriptures. So it says a measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny. I did this before. If we break it down to the Hebrew and go back, it's going to talk about honiques. Long story short, it ain't talking about an actual penny. It's talking about because that was the denarian. Okay, so let me get back so people can understand that. That was the right there. That was the denarian, right? That coin, if you will. But they both the same. Okay, so Most High saying that was the average day's pay or week pay, if you will. Back then they got paid every day. Here people get paid every week or every 2 weeks. This scripture is saying the cost for one plate of food is going to be what you make every 2 weeks. So like right now, if you bring home, you got your 2 week check and you bring home, I don't know, $2,500. That's going to be one plate of food for one person based off the dollar because it's going to crash. So you're going to have $2,500 just to be like, can I have a bowl of cereal? And he gave the size. That's why he says 3 measures of barley, right? I've done this breakdown. Matter of fact, if it's on Instagram, it's one of them. I got it pinned somewhere on there. I don't know which one. It's in there. That's the breakdown. So this is why that's important that we understand. Like, look, America's wrong. This is what's happening. All right. Like he told us, once we pay attention to these prophecies, we'll see what's going on. Like we can see that even from the hints, he's like, yo, America is the new Rome. The dollar's a wrap. Elon, he came out with his own coins and all that stuff. The Dogecoin and all that type of stuff. That's where it's going. So don't be, we got to read between the lines. Trump talking about he going to tax everybody. Let's back it up to proof, right? These Edomites, Alexander the Great, they went around and conquered. His goal was to conquer all the lands on the earth. And once you conquer them, you tax them. You say, in order for me not to invade you and war with you, pay me taxes. That's what America has done. They went to every single country, continent, landmass, and stamped their flag and stamped white Zeus up everywhere. And their agenda, their alphabet agenda. And all these countries got to pay them taxes. It ain't just America's Edomites. It's the French, the German, the Canadians. People think they Canadian, they got to pass. They Edomites too. All of them. They all on our land. Look what they did to Haiti. Pay us so we won't go to war with you. That goes back to Greece, back to Rome. That's what the United States, that's what Trump is saying to them. Okay? When we go here, that's what he's saying. Like, yo, if anybody who partner with them, we going to war with you and we going to tax you. That's what's going on, right? So within the next, I don't know. Personally, I don't even give it until spring. But because it's already here. When you wake up and it's like after 2 days in a row and your banks ain't working, your money and all this stuff ain't working, and they finna go to war, Russia tell them to go into bunkers, then you're gonna understand what's going on. That's the time that you need to move and rearrange, right? So I told you it's gonna be short. So anyway, nevertheless, with that, Shalom.